All right, so I'm gonna call to order the Monday, November 17th, 2025. Is that really possible or we're, wow,
Yeah, more than halfway through.
thanks. And I will take a roll call. Mark. Here. Peter.
Here.
Linda.
Here.
Aaron.
Here.
Dan here, and online I see Lee.
Here.
I see Emily
Hi, here.
and Elizabeth.
One second, I just,
Okay. I think that's everybody, right? I know John said he wasn't gonna be able to make it. I have not heard from Patrick. So,
Can see Elizabeth now. Here.
yeah,
No, it was.
No, that was me.
There on this line.
okay. And I identify a clerk for today's meeting? I'll do it. Thank you, Peter. All right, the next item of business is to approve the meeting minutes from the November 3rd meeting, the portion of the meeting that was not executive summary. Session, sorry.
Next, you approve the November 3rd minutes.
Have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Linda. All those in favor, Mark,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Linda, Aaron, God bless you,
Yes.
Lee,
Aye.
Elizabeth, Emily,
Abstain, I wasn't there.
Oh, sorry. Did you say my name?
Oh,
I
Oh.
did not. Sure. Step ahead of me, good.
Hi.
And then the second second half of that meeting, portion of that meeting, same November 3rd, 2025, the executive session. Do I hear a motion to approve those?
Move to approve the November 3rd executive session minutes not to be released.
Second.
Thank you, Linda. Mark,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Aaron,
Yes.
Dan, yes, Lee,
Yes.
Emily, I'm gonna think you're gonna say the same thing.
that's right, abstain.
Elizabeth
Hi.
and Patrick, welcome.
Hi.
You covered both bases there, thank you. All right, thanks. The next order of business is to do updates, starting with Megan, who I see in the audience.
Yes, thank you. I have just a couple updates this morning. From our most recent coordination meeting with DCAM. One is that we started to talk a little bit about the historical commission's CPA application for study of the area. And have scheduled some time tomorrow with Paul, myself and Alisa to talk that through and how that effort would complement or integrate with further planning of the site by DCAM. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on that conversation. I will say, Paul, I think DCAM is interested in talking about scheduling another public hearing. It's been a while since the first one, and they do have a few that they are required to do and are interested in kind of thinking about when to schedule that. And I think on a logistics side of things, they're working to winterize what is the name of that building? Winterize the building.
Administration?
Yes, superintendents, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Building?
Yeah, so there's work being done there, with our building commissioner and our fire chief, to make sure that it's done appropriately, and, so that is ongoing. Those are kind of, then, I mean, additional discussions about an upcoming agreements, between the town and the state, and the logistics around that I think we'll discuss a little bit.
Okay, great, thank you. And Linda, do you have anything to report on your involvement in the use working group?
I wouldn't say there are any significant updates. As you know, the land use working group has 3 subgroups, and those streams are continuing to work, so they haven't gotten to the point where as a full committee, they're having any discussions, but the groups would be the public safety group, which I think is looking primarily at having some consulting work done on the Concord public safety buildings to ascertain if there is any chance of repair of those buildings or expansion of those buildings. Given that, I think that the general thought is that they are more at the end of their life. But I think they'd like to have more confidence before they proceed with any recommendations in the public safety space. They're continuing to look at how to enhance the West Concord Fire Department, given that there's a greater population growth in that portion of town than there is in this side of town, and it would be wise to have more location of more state-of-the-art equipment at that center. The site is very limited there, but there's potential to expand around it. With regard to the municipal consolidation, the focus there has been on the future really of the Peabody building and what questions need to be asked structurally of that building, given that it was not seen as appropriate for educational use, but could it be used for business purposes? And so again, they'll probably reach out and have some studies done professionally to give them a better basis upon which to make any recommendations to the full group. And then the third group, being the public works subgroup, is continuing to look at options in terms of different sites. The real issue there is finding a large enough site that could be a full complement of public works requirements, or finding multiple sites that could be reasonably used to, if those had to be split up in different locations. Plus, of course, what this group is most focused on is the MCI site and the wastewater treatment plant there. So things are continuing on, but I don't think any of the subgroups yet are ready to make any recommendations. So they did give their first quarterly report to the select board. It was really just to bring to light the progress that has.
Okay, thank you. I have a question, but does anyone else? Okay, Emily?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Linda, if I missed this. Is the land use committee also focused on the Main Street site? 2221 Main Street, whatever that is.
I think I think that that site has been considered by all 3 subgroups. Given its location way at a distance, you know, in terms of town and transportation to and from, I think there's a low probability that it would be useful, particularly with regard to fire. Portion of public safety, I don't know that it's necessary to have that extensive amount of land for the police department. So it's probably, you know, it's not, I don't think, high on the list in terms of option for public safety. In terms of again, for municipal use, it would put most, you know, many of the employees at a way distant portion of the town, and should they need to service other areas of town, again, it's a lot of transportation time to that could be inefficient and add again more traffic over to that location. And then in terms of public works, there with all their large equipment being located at, again, a very distant part of town, having to cover a lot of distance, that would put a lot of inefficiencies plus extra use, both on the equipment and on the roads to and from. So I think 2229 isn't high on the list of any of the groups, but I would say it has been considered.
Okay, thank you.
And if ever anybody on this committee or on the working group, there is going to be another tour for those of us who couldn't make the earlier tours for 2229. So let Shannon know if you have an interest in seeing that location, because that's Wednesday afternoon. I'll be doing that, and I think Mark, you're also on that list.
That's this week.
This week, yeah. Are you on that list?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, no, maybe.
Anyone wants to come?
Anyway, so yeah, sorry, no.
Just let me
Okay,
know.
I know there are like 3 of us. I can't remember everybody else.
Last time I visited, it was still glowing, so.
Oh. Bring my rain.
All right, yeah. Okay, the question I was just gonna, well, is there anyone else? No. The question I was gonna raise is, and not to beat that up too much, but I was just curious about the progress for the programming associated with the Department of Public Works, if they've advanced that effort. They were talking about developing an architectural program that would sort of identify or clarify what their need to sort of cross-check it with what was identified back in 2020.
I think Alan had best.
Yeah, so we're working on, getting something on board, we've got the green light, there's a few different studies, I don't know if we wanna talk about all of them, but this is one that we've been kind of working to. Don't have, a contract. We have a bill for services and you,
Thanks. It just comes up and,
yeah.
yeah, you know, all different meetings. All right, that's great. The next item on this or sub bullet is a quarterly update to the select board. It's been a while since we updated them and so, I guess maybe we'll come back to this, but you know, what are we reporting at this stage, and when would we be reporting it?
Yeah,
Which meeting? Patrick and I have historically put that together.
the 2 choices are December 8th and December 15, no, 22. 22? Sure.
Mark, sorry, I had trouble hearing you. You said December 8th and 22nd?
December 8th and 22 are what the 15th is the first time.
Patrick, are you available for one or both of those?
Yeah, I was just checking. Certainly the 22nd, and probably the 8th. So I think either would work.
Yeah,
The 22nd would probably be,
That would be better for me if it's.
I think that sounds better to me too. One of the things that the select board's gonna need to entertain is some sort of revision to the charge of the advisory board, because I think we had put a December 31 Shannon deadline on the charge of this board, so at the very least, we'll have an action to do some kind of extension and try and decide what that is. Open for feedback on how we see that role evolving.
Do you want to talk about it now or wait until we see where we're at?
I think we should talk about it. We'll probably meet again. I think we should allow the next pair of meetings to occur and then try and. But what I'm suggesting is that part of that update ought to be, you know, maybe a recommendation that we could draft.
Okay.
By then.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay. So maybe to your point, if we have at least one more meeting in between now and then we can finalize what it is that we're reporting. I mean, I think we could probably take a pass at that now with some of it, but feels like a lot of things are in motion. So if we're okay with that tonight, I guess we'll punt it to the next. And then I don't know that if there's been any or many meetings among the subcommittee. I'm looking at Peter because you're the first person last night.
We've more been doing communication work, so I spoke to First Parish First Tuesday group. Three of us, Mark, Dan, and myself, spoke to the Rotary Club last week, and I've got a phone call tomorrow morning with a group of interested citizens who want to talk about how to preserve the option of using a geothermal network on the site. And what I would propose to tell to them is that it's not a decision we're going to end up making. It's more likely going to be to the developer, but it may be one way to reuse some of the underground steam tunnels, you know, putting in a sleeve within a sleeve, so to speak, to do a distribution network. And that we might consider at some point down the road recommending that be an option that's kept open for the developer to fully consider.
Thanks. Elizabeth, do you have anything to report?
Nah, we haven't met, but if anyone has a reason we need to, let me know. I'm happy to.
Okay, great, thanks. And then Aaron, since John's not here, do you have anything?
We have also not met.
Okay, I did hear from John. John just got stuck in a airplane that got canceled, so. All right, I think that's it among our updates. Not seeing any, is there anyone in the public that wants to make a comment before we go into executive session? Keith, see your hand up.
Hi, Keith Berg. Yeah, can you hear? There I am. You can see me too. Thanks. Keith Bergman, Chair of the Concord Municipal Affordable Housing Trust. On the topic of communication, there will be another Concord Housing Roundtable in early December. The precise date has not been chosen, but I think it would be important to hear about MCI Concord at that meeting. It's sort of the biggest thing going on, so that would be helpful. And I'm wondering if there's a point, if you can predict by what time would MCI or the select board be able to share with the public what's going to happen at MCI Concord, because we seem to be in radio silence right now. I'm not sure what additional work is being done by the consultant or anyone, but I'm happy to see that there are meetings taking place between town and state officials. That's great, and there's an awful lot of work being done. And mainly, it would be helpful to know if there's a date, target date for when the public could know what the plan is. Thanks.
I guess I can take that. That question is the subject of our discussions over the next meeting or so. So the select board is meeting tonight, and that'll be one of the things we'll be talking about as to when it seems to make the most sense to try to lay out what that timeline might look like.
All right, I don't see any other hands. So I'm going to read this, we're going to enter into executive session under Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 21A6, to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property related to MCI Concord. And I declare that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the public body, and we will not return to open session after that. So I would accept the motion.
So moved.
Peter,
Second.
okay. Mark,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Aaron,
Yes.
Dan, yes, Lee,
Yes.
Emily,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Thank you all.